So as you're growing up, you're in the streets a lot and everything. At what point did the gangs come into your life?
Well, it's crazy because before we started gangbanging, we was calling ourselves the Project Boys because it was just that one building with them 6 families, and one of the families they had one of them houses where it's like 15 people live in the house. Probably not that many, but a lot of them, and a lot of boys, young boys. So we started with that, you know what I'm saying, to hold down our area. And it was this guy named Tank that moved up north. He came from out west, and one of his uncles was an imperial insane vice lord. So he was like, man, y'all part of this. Y'all started this. Y'all not even in no real gang. We might as well be vice lords. You know what I'm saying? So he took me out west. We met the guys who called it out there, and they gave me a little spot. And before you knew it, we was vice lords. You know what I'm saying? We made a lot of noise. We put in a lot of work up there. And that's when the guys from out west started trying to come up there, trying to tell us what we can and can't do and what we got to pay, what dues we got to pay. So I'm looking at it like, how the fuck you gonna tell us what we doing when we been up here doing this on our own? Now that we got shit moving, now you want to come and try and take this? Nah, we not honoring that. I had a cousin named Mississippi who was a mafia insane, and I was always hearing about the mafia insanes. So I'm like, man, fuck them double eyes, man. We mafia insane. So I took everybody with me. A few guys stayed double eyes and they stayed up there, but the majority of the mob, when I left, they left with me. You know what I'm saying? And from that day forth, we was mafia insane.
Were those like different cliques?
They all vice lords and they all under the Shabazz Nation. So one is DJ was the king at that time for the Imperial Insanes, but KT was the king for the Mafia Insanes. The Mafia Insanes was the bigger mob. They was getting all the money. They was the ones who was putting fear in everybody's heart. And I came with my own mob. So they had to give me my 5 Universal Stars, and I took damn near they whole mob, the Imperial Insanes mob up north. They all came. All the hitters and all the go-getters and all the motherfuckers that people were scared of, they came with me. When I left, they left with me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You had mentioned a 5 stars.
Yeah, 5-star Universal.
What's that?
That's like, I had the whole north side. It was 5 sets of Mafia Insanes. One on Hudson by Cabrini Green, the building, the Straight Jacket, Howard Street, and Clarendon Park. So I was the chief of all that. I had the 5-star Universal. Like, so I was the chief. I called it for all of those sets.
Okay, the whole north side.
Whole north side was mine.
Okay.
Yeah. That's facts, all facts. That's why I could talk my shit. I talk my shit because can't nobody contest it. It was truth.
Right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What are some of the things that you've seen going on at that time?
Shit, everything you can imagine. You know what I'm saying? I seen people get shot. I seen people get killed. I seen people robbed. I seen people extorted.
What do you think was maybe one of the most extreme situations that you've seen that you could talk about?
I seen somebody get killed right in front of me, like standing right next to me.
What happened to he got shot?
Yeah, he got shot. Somebody was shooting at us and he got shot. But he was standing right next to me.
Was it, how were you guys good friends?
Yeah, it was my man. You know what I'm saying? It's my homie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old were you when this happened?
About 17. 17. That was my first time seeing a body killed that was that close to me. Like, I had lost homies before and after. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like death kind of become numb. You become numb to it. I lost so many homies, but that was the first time that something like that ever happened right here next to me. Like, we right here talking, and somebody come spraying and hit my man. Yeah.
Did that change you at all when that happened?
Just made you go harder. You know what I'm saying? It make you took one of ours. We want our lick back. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was back then. You know, you don't sit around and cry about it. You go back and make one of their homies cry, make one of their mamas cry. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. Around when was the first time that you caught your first case?
I caught my first case at 15 years old. My mother used to let me take her car. I didn't even have a driver's license, so she let me use the car. You know what I'm saying? And I had went to this record store up north called Topper's Records on Broadway, and I had it was me and my homie had a 12 gauge shotgun on us. So we go to the record store. I buy the cassette tape. I forgot what tape it was. I think it was Rob Bass, DJ Easy Rock, or some shit. It Takes Two, I think. So when we're getting back in the car, my homie taking the gun out of his pants leg to put it back in the car and it go off. When it go off, we get up out of there, go around the corner to one of my homies' crib to try and lay low for a little while. We at his house for a while. We like, okay, ain't no police out here or nothing, so we good. We go out to get in the car. The police was out there waiting. They came. They got everybody. So we end up getting him. He ended up going to jail too. They took me to the Audi home. The other guy was older than me, so he went to the county jail, and my other homie went to the Audi home too. That was my first encounter, like major encounter with the police. So I went to the Audi home for that. But that wasn't my first time being locked up. But that was my first time for being locked up for something that carried jail time. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so at one point you get out and you just go right back to the streets, or were you like, I need to
Nah, we went
chill,
right back to
or?
the streets. Ain't no chilling. We in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we in it. I was in the Audi home maybe 4 or 5 days.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
You know, and right back. So that wasn't nothing. So we back at it. You know, you get out right after that. It's like you gotta everybody know you. So how you chilling? You know what I'm saying? You can't go nowhere. Everybody know you. They still gonna knock your shit off if they catch you. So nah, we was right back at it. And I ended up taking probation for that case. And then